Okay.
Yeah, we got cut off there, but we're back. We're back on track. Like I was saying, if I didn't go through all that stuff and I didn't suffer through all that and think and reflect and ponder my mistakes, then I wouldn't be the same person today. I'd be the person sitting there playing video games all day, and who knows where I'd be. I wouldn't have nearly been the man I am now. So I look at that time. I look at what people would consider mistakes, what people would consider wasted time and regrets. I look at that and I say it's an adventure. It's an experience. It's a learning experience. It was an educational time. If I didn't go through it, who knows what I'd be. Sure, there's a universe where I'd be better, where I would have played no games maybe, and then who knows where I'd be further. But I I can't go back. I can't change it. So what am I going to do? I have to look at the cards that I have and I have to say I'm going to work the best with this. It doesn't matter what I have. I just know I'm going to have to do the best I can because what else can I do? I cannot go back and I cannot slap myself in the face and tell myself not to play the video games. That happened and it's over. I played those games. There's no going back. So I look at that time. I can't change it. And what point in regret it? What's the point in regretting it? So it's an experience and it's an adventure. So look at your life, live it with adventure, never waste a moment with it, live it to the best of your degree, and never regret anything. There is no such thing as a mistake, and there is no such thing as a regret. As long as you learn, then nothing can be regretted. Nothing can be a mistake. It was an adventure that you should be grateful for. That is my biggest piece of advice. I'd give that to myself 1,000 times over. I'd make a whole document on it just for Jake all those years ago, just so he could figure it out quicker. But but I have it now, and I'm glad I can share it.
Anything else you like to discuss or talk about that you want to close?
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Anything else that you want to close? Like,
Well, yeah, I think it was just a great experience here. I'm really thankful for you inviting me onto the podcast, Robert. It was a new experience, a new thing. I'm really glad I got to do this with you. You're the first one, right? So I'm honored that you're the first, and I can't wait to do more in the future. It'll be great, I'm sure.
and if you were to talk about the future, like I know it's really tricky, but where do you see everything moving forward as we're in the new year, 2024,
Hmm.
and to infinity and beyond, I suppose.
It's a good one. That's a good one. Well, generally, I know the world is going into a weird stage. I know everything's going into a weird stage, and we can never predict it. But for what it is, I'd like to say if you if you can't control it, then don't worry too much. I know the world's in a weird place and that there's wars going on and the future has a couple things that look not so good. Here in Canada, our money is complete garbage. Inflation has taken everything. It's horrible, but we can't control it. So for the future, I'd say no matter what happens, it'll be okay. And we have to do the best with that. We have to do the absolute best with that. We can't fix this. We can't control this. So let's just do the best we can. There's no point in worrying. I think the future will be just fine. I think there's good people coming up in politics and in different places of the world. I think everything will be just fine. It's just a little bit of a rough year right now. And like if I'm talking Canada wise, that's about it. Oh, sorry, I have a visitor. One moment. Yeah, sorry. Or should we cut that one out, do you think? Oh, you're muted right now.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah. I mean, just like that one little segment, because I can recap the train
Sure,
if you
sure,
don't
sure,
mind.
sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry. I just have to get something. I'm a little dry right now.
Yeah.
Let's just put that over there. All right. So yeah, I think where I kind of left off. Yeah, let's just say so we got cut off. We got cut off there for a moment, but where I was going, if I remember correctly, was that we can't really control anything in that regard, and there's going to be it'll get better. There's going to be people who will make it better. So what's the point in worrying? It'll all be fine at some point. I know that for sure. And either way it turns out, at least respectively speaking, for like on my terms, respectively for Canada, then I'd say it'll be fine. I'd say there will be people who will fix everything. Future may look a little wonky at the moment with stuff like AI and inflation, but it'll get fixed. We can't control it. It'll turn out good. You just have to be the best you can with it. There's no other way.
Yeah, I totally have to agree with you, man. Like the best piece of advice that I could really give out is like for the future. I mean, nowhere else to go but up, am I right?
Oh yeah, that's the thing. We always think that it's gonna go straight down, and in time stuff goes down a little bit. But for what it is, if we don't have control, we cannot we cannot be pessimistic. Well, physically you can do whatever you want, but why? Why? When you could be positive, why would you be negative? You can do the best with what you have now. Do that instead. It's much healthier.
Yeah. Yeah, so besides YouTube and possibly email, what's the best social media where, anybody watching this can reach out to you on and connect?
Well, actually, I'd say for that instance, I don't really do any of the others. I'm thinking about it, but honestly, my email, if anything, we could link that. Could you link that one? Yeah, that's perfect. My email is perfect. If you have anything for that, I wouldn't give out my phone number, but my
Oh,
email.
wait, no.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
No.
Yeah, future, I could give out an Instagram when that day comes. I have a plan for that, but not yet. Not yet.
No. Any final words or closing thoughts?
Mm, nope. It's just thank you so much for inviting me. I had a great time, and I look forward to doing it again.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly, have to agree with that. And I just really wanted to highlight the last segment because I know it's super like important way to close out this podcast. So I'm not too distracting. So yeah, I mean I got like all these stuff behind me, but yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
just wanted to
okay.
really make sure that like we can really get the point across and
Yep.
with everything that's been happening, like I just really wanted to end this on like, you know, stuff, words to really digest. And that is more
Yep.
for like all of us that are just kind of going through like, oh, okay, so despite, the darkness, like there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's just that
Always.
we just have to keep looking and searching,
Yep. Always.
you know. Um, but I think that just about does it. Like, um, I sometimes do like get an outro for the podcast where I have guests say like, "This is name of guest," and then they just say, "And you've watched or listened to Station Square." If that's something that you like to do,
Oh, oh, for sure. For
yeah,
sure. All right. This is Jake King, and thank you for tuning in to Station Square. I had a great time here. I hope you did too, and hope it helped you a ton.
perfect. Yeah, and I'll be able to include. Go follow, check out his YouTube channel, and check out my own if you like. But definitely check out his stuff. He's doing really good content. He's discussed a lot of great topics, but um, I think that's about it. So thank you so much for watching and stick around for the next episode. And this has been Station Square Podcast. I'm Robert Jackson signing out. And until then, have a good one, folks, and happy 20 a 20, a 4. Until
2024.
then,
Yeah.
until then, yeah, yeet and take care, y'all. Love ya. Bye.